Hello everyone. This is class 8, English 1, chapter number 2, Nouns and Pronouns. Let us start the chapter. We should know what is noun. Nouns are naming words for things, people, places, animals, and even qualities or ideas, which simply means anything in this world. Whatever we recall, we can say that thing is a noun because everything has some name and all naming words are called as noun. A noun can be divided into different kinds. You see, proper noun, common noun, collective noun, abstract noun, and material noun. Proper noun means special name. When we give one specific name to some person or thing, it is called as proper noun. Examples are India. Any country of the world cannot be called as India. Only one country whose name is India is called as India. Similarly, not all the states are called as Goa. Goa is only one. And Reena cannot be called to every girl. It is only one girl whose name is Reena. Hence, India, Goa and Reena are special names, or we can say proper noun. Next is common noun. Common noun means the names given to commonly anything. There are many villages in the world, so every village in common can be called as village. A doctor, hill, pen, all these are examples of common noun. Collective noun. Collective noun means a collection or a group of similar kind of noun. When we see one boy, it is a common noun. When there are 4-5 boys together, we can say that is a group of boys. So, group is a collective noun. Your examples are army, gang, flock, crowd. So, different collection of things and persons are given different collective nouns. Next is material noun. Material noun means the things which can be measured, but they are uncountable. We cannot count them. Example, milk. I cannot say give me 1 milk or give me 5 milk, but I have to say give me a cup of milk or 2 glasses of milk. So we can count cup and glass, but we cannot count milk. Hence it is material noun. Some examples are given here: gold, iron, copper. Now come to the last one, abstract noun. Abstract noun, the noun which are only felt. Ideas and feelings are called as abstract noun. They cannot be seen or touched. I can touch a table, but I cannot touch what is friendship. So friendship is abstract noun. Beauty and honesty are another examples of abstract noun. Okay, these are all the kinds of noun. Now we move towards when we can count something, they can be called as countable noun. And the things or noun which cannot be counted are called as uncountable noun. See examples: countable nouns, books, bags, chairs. I can say one book or four books. One bag, 10 bags. One chair, 5 chairs. So all these can be counted and these are countable nouns. What are uncountable nouns? The nouns which cannot be counted. So these are nouns that denote materials, substances, ideas or concepts. Examples: cotton, wool, wood, luggage, rice, sugar. There are many examples given here. Just go through it and you can identify what are countable and what are uncountable nouns. Now we come to case. Noun case. Noun case are of four types: subjective or nominative case, objective case, dative case and possessive case. Let's read about them one by one. When we frame a sentence, it has three things: subject, verb and object. When a noun is the subject of a verb, it is said to be in the subjective case. It is always before verb. Now, let's see what is after verb. So, after verb we see object, and object are of two types. One is direct object, another one is indirect object. When a noun plays the role of a direct object of a verb in the sentence, is called as objective case. And the noun which plays the role of an indirect object in the sentence is called as dative case. How to identify both of them? Both comes after verb. But there is a trick. When we ask these questions, we get the answer. If we ask who or what before verb, remember this, then the answer is subjective case. When we ask question what after verb, not before, after verb, then we get the answer of objective case. If we ask to whom, for whom, from whom after verb, then it gives the answer of dative case. And fourth case is possessive case. Possessive means possession or ownership. When a noun or a pronoun shows possession or ownership, it is said to be in the possessive case. Here we are talking about noun, so we will see possessive noun. Example: Mary's dress is beautiful. So we can ask a question whose. When we ask a question whose, we get the answer as possessive case. And usually it is marked by an apostrophe. So Mary's dress. Whose dress is beautiful? Answer is Mary's. So Mary apostrophe S is possessive noun or possessive case. Next example, the girls' books are covered. Same question, whose books are covered? Answer, the girls. The girls is possessive case. The children's books are here. Whose books are here? Answer is the children's. The children's is possessive case. I hope you have understood, but let's take a quick revision of the last three cases, that is subjective, objective and dative case. We have a sentence: the naughty boys played a prank on their new friend. Who played the prank? It is the naughty boys. As I asked who, the answer is subjective case. Next, what is played, which is answered after verb. So answer is, what is played? Prank. A prank is objective case. Next question is, on whom or to whom the prank is played? Answer is new friend. The new friend is dative case. I hope you have understood all these four type of case. To understand it better, you can go through the examples given in the book and try to solve the exercise yourself. Now we move to the second part of the chapter, that is pronouns. What are pronouns? Pronouns are parts of speech that are used to replace nouns in sentences. And there are different types of pronoun. We will talk about each of them one by one. First one is personal pronouns. As the name suggests, it is related with the person. So it is personal pronoun. Personal pronouns are those pronouns which replace nouns. They may function as the subject or the object in a sentence. And you should remember, when something acts at the place of subject, it becomes subjective case. And when something acts as object of the sentence, it is objective case. Personal pronoun is divided into three types: first person, second person and third person. See, there is a table given in the book. First person, which are subjective and which are objective case. So first one, in subjective we get I and we. When a person speaks, who is the speaker is called as first person. So always whoever speaks, he uses the word I or we. Hence I and we are first person, and this is subjective. Subjective personal pronoun. And in objective case, it is me or us. I becomes me and we becomes us. Move to the next one, second person. Second person is the listener. When somebody is speaking, to whom he speaks is second person. And there is only one word in second person personal pronoun, that is you. Either it is singular or plural. If there is one listener, it is you. When there are many listeners, even there is only you. In subjective case, you, and also in objective it is you. The last type is third person. Third person means about whom somebody is talking or about whom something is said. In subjective, we see he. If somebody is male, then he. For females, she. For non-living things or animals, we use it. And for plural of all the singular, he, she and it becomes they. Now come to the objective of these. he, him, she, her. It is the same, and they, them. Here we complete personal pronoun. Second type is possessive pronoun. As I told you, possessive means ownership or have possession. Here also we see similar thing. First person possessive pronoun is mine. I, mine. We, ours. In second person, you changes to yours. In third person, he, his, she, hers, them, theirs. It does not have any possessive pronoun form. There is a little confusion between possessive pronoun and possessive adjectives. Remember, possessive pronouns. Pronoun means which replaces noun. Hence, possessive pronoun stands at the place of noun. And possessive adjectives are qualifying a noun. So the difference is this: possessive pronoun always stands at the place of a noun, but possessive adjective generally comes before a noun. And to remember in a tricky way, you can see on the left side all possessive pronouns are given, and if you see other than mine, all of these ends with s at the end. Yours, his, hers, ours, theirs. And mine is only one exception that you can remember. See example for it. This is not Ravi's book. His book is new. You can see his book. His is used before a noun. Hence his is possessive adjective. This is not Ravi's book. His is new. Here his is at the place of subject, at the place of a noun. Hence it is a possessive pronoun. So this is the main difference between both of them. Now we come to the next type. Third is demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns are used to point out the object or object they indicate. Simply you can remember there are five demonstrative pronouns: this, that, these, those, and such. Next type is interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns are used for asking questions. Always remember all these pronouns are used at the subject's place. So interrogative pronouns means using interrogative words: which, what, who, whose, whom, etc. Don't be confused between interrogative pronoun and interrogative adjective, because any pronoun always stands at the place of a noun, but adjectives work for noun. Adjectives qualify a noun or a pronoun. So see one example. What is your name? Here what is at the place of subject, hence it is interrogative pronoun. Next, whose book have you got? You see, whose is used for book. It qualifies book, which is a noun. Hence, whose is adjective here. Come to the next one. Reflexive and emphatic pronouns are used when the action done by the subject reflects on the subject. Generally, we see a pronoun objective form of pronoun plus self. If it is singular, then self is added to it. And when it is plural, then selves, selves, is added to objective form of it. Example, I, myself. You, yourself. We, ourself. He, himself. She, herself. They, themselves. It, itself. All these are examples of reflective and emphatic pronouns. 6. Indefinite pronouns stand for some nouns implied or understood. When we are already talking about somebody and it is somebody or something and it is understood, then it is indefinite pronoun. When there is no name taken. Example, though the food was stale, nobody complained. Nobody, there is no definite name of a person. Next example, no one came to the auditorium. Again, we cannot add any specific name. Or all were waiting for the announcement. Here again, not individually but all together. All word is used for not definite people but indefinitely anyone or everyone. Hence, these are example of indefinite pronouns. 7th, reciprocal pronouns. They are only to each other and one another. They refer to an action occurring in one direction and also back in the opposite direction. Examples, they play with each other. One is playing with another person, another one is also playing with the first person. So they play with each other. Next example, the children looked at one another when surprise gifts were given. So each other and one another are reciprocal pronouns. Number 8, distributive pronouns refer to persons or things one at a time and are always singular. Examples are either, neither, each, etc. 9th and the last one here is relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are used to add information about a noun already mentioned and also help in joining two statements together. They are words like who, whom, whose, which, that, etc. Remember, who, whom, whose, which, such kind of words were also taken in interrogative pronouns, but they were used to ask question. And here, in relative pronoun, we use these words to relate some noun. To understand it in a better way, let's attempt the exercise. Number I, choose the appropriate reciprocal and distributive pronouns from the bracket and complete the sentences. Dash of the men received an award. Neither. Neither is a type of distributive pronoun. Rita and Sita have known dash for many years. Each other. 3. Dash of you can come along with me. Either. 4th, dash of my classmates came to meet me when I was not well. Each of my classmates. Now question number J. Correct the following sentences and rewrite them. 1. I saw the boy what was wearing a funny dress. No. I saw the boy who was wearing a funny dress. 2. We have brought some fruit with ourselves. Wrong. Answer is we have brought some fruit with us. Third, this is not mine pen. Answer is this is not my pen. 4. I cannot find myself pen. Answer is I cannot find my pen. 5. We did the work themselves. Answer, we did the work ourselves. 6. With who are you going to see the movie? Answer is with whom are you going to see the movie? 7. Rita, Seema and myself are good friends. No. Answer is Rita, Seema and I are good friends. Here we complete this chapter. Write all the definitions, tables given in different pages of the chapter and exercises in your school's copy. Thank you.